so I feel like trash. Hey guys, it's Ziya. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. As you can see, I look a little half done right now because that's literally what I have going on. I'm half done with my makeup, and that's because I wanted to get my eyebrows and my foundation and concealer and powder on, like literally my base on, before I started on this right now. And I'm going to start off with my eyes. And originally this video was going to be a battle between the Natasha Denona Sunrise palette. That's what it's called, right? Yeah, Sunrise palette, which is absolutely stunning, you guys. It is gorgeous. 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 Freaking amazing. And it looks like the palette is reusable too, because the back has all the holes. And like I was saying, I was going to battle the Natasha Denona Sunrise palette with the NYX Phoenix Ultimate Shadow palette. I keep on forgetting things because I'm sick. I'm not feeling 100%. I have a sore throat and I'm congested. My nose is runny. I'm coughing a lot. It's just really, really bad, and it really sucks. Looking at both of these, you can see that there are some similarities, but really there's like no comparison here. This is absolutely stunning. This doesn't look to be that interesting. So before I get started, I'm just going to take a couple colors here that look similar. This is Clove from the Natasha Denona palette, and the similar color from the NYX palette. At least that's the one that looked similar. Is it not this one? Is it this one? Okay, yeah. All three of these colors look fairly similar. These two are from the NYX palette. This one is from the Natasha Denona palette. They all feel pretty good, but the NYX ones definitely feel a little bit drier. The darker one from NYX, this one here, feels driest out of all three. This one feels pretty good, but of course, the Natasha Denona palette just feels extremely creamy and very, very luxurious. Pigmentation wise, they're all pretty good. This one is called Glory from the Natasha Denona palette. I need something better to clean my hands. This is the color Glory from the Natasha Denona palette. It looks a lot like this one here from the NYX palette. This one I already swatched, so here's the Natasha Denona one. That looks very similar. And let's do some yellow and orange swatches here. So I have Carnelia and Citron right here. They're absolutely stunning. That's so beautiful. I can't. And they feel so soft and buttery. It feels really, really good. I can't wait to actually put this on my eyes. So let's swatch these two right here. This part of my hand. Wow. Wow. And that's one go. And it looks incredible. There's two yellowish shades in here in the NYX palette. It is a little bit harder to get good pigmentation. I've been rubbing my hands in here for a minute, and here it is. You can see that it already looks more patchy just in the finger swatches. A little more clumpy, but really not bad. It matches up pretty well. These ones are the ones from NYX, and these are the ones from Natasha Denona. I mean, it is kind of a dupe. You can get similar looks. The colors are not exact. Is it an exact dupe for the Natasha Denona palette? No. But if you are looking for a more affordable version that might not be exact but is close, I would definitely say that you can go with the NYX Ultimate Phoenix palette. Today I'm going to be playing with the Natasha Denona palette because I am really excited to get this on my face. I'm going to take a little bit of my setting powder. This is the Airspun Loose Powder. I believe it's in the shade Naturally Neutral. I usually like the translucent one, so I'm just applying some of that underneath my eyes to catch any fallout. And now, on to priming my eyes. I have my NYX eyeshadow base here. I'm just blending it out with my finger. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of the shade Morning. I didn't show it to you guys, hold on. The shade Morning, that's this one right here. This really fleshy toned one. I'm just applying that all over my lid. This is a little bit darker than what I would usually set my eyeballs with, but I am going for a really rich look, I guess, so it's a good starting point. what am I gonna do next? I don't know. It's so pretty. Everything's so pretty. I don't know what to do. Okay, so let's just say we go in to I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna take carnelian in the crease. So what I'm thinking at this point is I'm going to make my crease very orangey. This layers beautifully and it blends out like butter. This is gonna be like my favorite palette to play with for a while. I know it already. This is like gonna be my Naked Heat, which was my go-to palette like all of what, 2016, 2017, probably 2017. So much so that I believe I took it on my Disney cruise with me when I was getting married. This already looks pretty freaking incredible, and I'm like kind of worried about putting in the other colors that I was planning on doing, because I was planning on taking Jasper, which is this reddish shade, and putting that all over the lid, but that is not what we're going to do now that I see what this looks like. Switching gears a little bit. These birds are loud, my goodness, what's going on? Just going to take Jasper on the outer corners because I really want to have this pop of red because I think it goes well with my hair. By the way, this is the first makeup look I'm filming with this hair color. I really like it. And what's really cool about this shade is I made it using purple and orange. This is gonna sound gross, but the hair that I had that like falls out when I'm washing my hair and like sits in the water at the bottom of my shower, it turns purple. Like not exactly purple, like magenta. It's pretty cool. So as this color fades, it's going to turn a completely different color, which is going to be pretty cool. Now I'm going to take Citron, that's the yellow shade here, and I'm going to pack that on this end. What is this end? The inner corner portion of my eye, up until like the halfway point where it meets with Jasper, and take a little bit more carnelian, a little bit more of that to the crease. Alright, I'm gonna take a little bit of this shade right here. I don't know how to say it. How do I pronounce this? Agate? I don't know. But that's what I'm taking on my finger. I'm just gonna add that right to the center in between Citron and Jasper. Just to add a little bit of pop. The shimmer shades feel really buttery as well, which is very nice. I'm taking the shimmer shade on a brush, and I'm just going to apply that all the way in to the inner corner, basically, on top of Citron. Just a sheer layer of it. You can still see Citron through it. Going back into Carnelian. I take that across the whole lower lash line. Gonna take Jasper, apply that on the lower lash line as well until about 3/4 of the way in. And I'm going to take a little bit of Clove. That's the deepest shade in this palette. I always add some type of super deep shade on the absolute outer corner of my eye because it adds a ton of depth. Even if it's just like the smallest amount, you can see like the difference that it makes. This like looks further back, a little bit more sunken in a good way. Makes my eyes look bigger. Now I'm going to apply my liner and lashes off camera because you guys don't have to see all that. Oh, alright, I have my lashes and liner on. Ow. I'm taking my Kat Von D Shade and Light palette as per usual. This is just my favorite palette for contouring. I have never used anything else that I like more than this, so that's why I always go back. It's really like effortless. Like that looks so much better after 10 seconds of work. Gonna take a little bit of the banana shade and going to cut right beneath right here. So I'm taking the light shade from this palette, and I'm going to use that to contour my nose, which is nice and runny. Wonderful. Gross. I was so bad at contouring my nose before. It has gotten a lot easier with practice, as most things do. And really, I find that if I'm too precise when I contour my nose, it looks overdone. And I'm taking a little bit of the light shade. I'm gonna pinch my brush. I'm gonna add this right here above my Cupid's bow. Because it makes this look deeper. This looks deeper. It makes this area look a little bit deeper, which will in turn make my lip look like it comes out a little bit more, which makes it look a little full, more full. I'm gonna take a little bit of my Fenty Beauty Sunstalker Caramel Cutie bronzer. This stuff is great. I love it. I should have used it before I cut, but we're just going to make this work. Just a little bit around the temples and right here. That's all I do, because I don't put bronzer like all over the place. Just at the temples, coming down the side, and right here. Now it's time to move on to blush, and for my blush, I'm going to start off with this shade from the L'Oreal Paradise Enchanted collection. It's supposed to be a peach scented blush. It doesn't really smell like peach. This is in the shade Bashful. It's very, very pretty. The pigmentation is okay, but it does take a bit of work to like really make it show up, which is also nice for somebody like myself who tends to go a little overboard with blush. I'm also going to take my OG favorite. This is the Wet n Wild Color Icon blush in the color Mellow Wine. I'm just adding it to the outer portions because I'm trying to create more depth in my face, and that helps to slim out my face because my face is very round, as you can see. So having a bit of a gradient effect, having deeper colors closer to the back of my face helps to kind of slim it and bring more attention to the center. So if you have a round face like me, then definitely give that a try if you are trying to create a slimmer looking face. Also, I always take my blush in a diagonal line. I always bring it lower towards the center of my face and higher towards the back. That also creates a V shape and the illusion of slimness, which is not anything on my body. Time to start dusting away the baking that I put down below. Now onto highlighter. I always layer my highlighters because one is not enough for me. So the first I'm going to use is Mary Luminizer from The Balm. I'm just hitting all of the normal highlight areas with my highlighter. The cheekbones, Cupid's bow, center of the nose, inner corners, and brow bone. The next highlighter is the e.l.f. Heart Defensor Coffee and Cream Highlighter. I love this stuff. And I'm just using my blush brush to blend everything out a little bit to make it a little bit more seamless. You see how this looks kind of funky and this looks a little bit more airbrushed? That's what we're going for. Almost done. So, lips. For my lips, I'm going to keep it super, super simple. I really don't want to do very much to it, especially because I'm going to take a break after this and have myself something to eat because it is 2 o'clock and I am starving. I have this lip liner from ColourPop. It's the color Brink. Next, I'm going to go in with my Perfect Pink. That's what it's called, right? Yeah. Perfect Pink lipstick from e.l.f. This is one of those pH lipsticks that changes your lips to your perfect shade of pink. I don't like how this is looking. So, I'm going to start over. Sorry. It's almost done here. Instead, we're going to go in with an oldie but a goodie, and that is Kylie Cosmetics Pumpkin. I haven't been really into wearing a lot of matte lipsticks, and I just like really got turned off of Kylie Cosmetics after I went to her pop-up shop in San Francisco. It was just a terrible, awful experience. I know like that's not like totally her fault. Like she couldn't control the crowd or whatever, but it was just like so traumatic that I don't even see her makeup and think, oh, I'm excited for this anymore. It's just like I see her makeup and I'm like, that was a traumatic experience and I hated it. So yeah, anyway, let's put her makeup on. So this is in the shade Pumpkin. And last but not least, oh, I'm not putting setting spray on today because I know I'm not going to keep this makeup on very long, unfortunately, because it looks pretty good. But I am very sickly, so after I film a few more videos, I'm going to be taking this off so that I can lay down in bed because I feel like trash. Did I even say what this is? I did not. This is the Maybelline brown mascara, dark brown mascara. It's just mascara. I'm putting mascara in my eyebrows. And since this feels a little uncomfortable, I'm going to add this Sephora lip oil. What color is this? Peach. And that is this whole makeup look. I really love the eyes. The Sunset, Natasha Denona Sunrise palette is definitely worth every single penny. Every single one. It's amazing and I love it. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, then please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe down below if you have not already. I put out new videos every week, so if you guys stick around to see those, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.